In less than 3 days, we are about to get another FOMC meeting. This has previously around all of the time indicated a pivotal moment in the market, and at the same time, the Bollinger Bands are still at all-time lows. Literally a very big move is imminent next week, as well as we are right now developing a short-term symmetrical triangle while we are still holding our support level and volume is decreasing very heavily. So we need to have a look into what's the Bitcoin charts because we are about to create a giant move. First of all, yesterday we have dropped off quite significantly after we broke this kind of bear flag towards the downside that I exactly talked about in yesterday's video as well. And well, right after our quick drop off of this night, well, we saw a very beautiful bounce coming in because we are still trading in a weekend, of course. We are still consolidating around our close price that I did talk about, as well as we are currently bouncing from our support level we are creating in this symmetrical triangle with a little bit of a fake out on the top side. Now, I've been saying I do expect we are going to be trading around this close price, which in this case was about the 29.8k level, and we are just going to be consolidating around that level during the weekend, and we are right now exactly doing so that is perfectly playing out. But what is really going to be predicting the price whenever we are going to be, of course, trading inside of a normal weekday, of course, next week on Monday, because I do think this consolidation around the CME close price will continue first of all. But what is really going to be predicting the short-term price action is going to be this symmetrical triangle, but also this very important support and resistance level. Whenever we can simply break above this consolidation range we are developing right now in the imminent short term, well, I do think we are going to be testing this upper hand of resistance again. But whenever we are going to be breaking the support level, well, whenever we are going to be doing that, we are just going to be hitting our next support level. And yeah, then this next level, the 28.7k, is going to be the next support level that I will be having a look in towards. So this is actually very simple, just a break back above our range, which is going to be about the 30.4k. Well, then we are going to be breaking back in towards our range, and we are probably going to be testing the 31.2k level. But whenever we are going to be breaking below this range, which is going to be a 4-hourly close below the 29.7k, well, then we are going to be testing our next support level, which is going to be all the way down towards 28.7k. So that is currently my strategy for the imminent short term for Bitcoin. I will also be talking about some longer term charts right here, because we are seeing some very important things right now developing. But first of all, we are of course also developing some kind of a symmetrical triangle with a little bit of a fake out to the top side that we have created previously around. But I definitely do think this symmetrical triangle is a very valid pattern we can be having a look in towards, and simply whenever we are going to be breaking either towards the upside or towards the downside, well, that is going to be indicating the next move. And in the end of the day, of course, this range we are developing right now in the short term, this one is going to be decisive. But whenever we are going to be breaking towards the downside, well, it is going to be very likely we are also going to be breaking this support towards the downside. And whenever we are going to be breaking this symmetrical triangle towards the upside, well, then it is going to be very likely we are going to be at least hitting this resistance level right here. So of course, in the larger picture, we are just consolidating in towards this consolidation range that we have actually been trading into for a couple of weeks already. And ever since we started creating this consolidation range, I've already been saying that anything that happens inside of this consolidation range is all just pretty much noise. And we want to be seeing which direction we are going to be breaking in towards. And simply, if we are going to be breaking towards the downside, well, we are probably going to be hitting our next support level. But whenever we are going to be breaking towards the upside, we are going to be hitting our next resistance level. It is that simple right now in the short term. At the same time, we are seeing the all-time lows on Bollinger Bands, and literally the volatility is actually sitting at all-time lows. And previously around right here, historically speaking, this has been providing a 40% upwards move. This whole move happened in about 2 weeks, so we might be expecting some kind of a similar move being created. I find it kind of crazy that the Bollinger Bands is trading so narrow for so long. Like, usually around we are creating some kind of a volatility after we see such an amount of low volatility we are actually seeing right now. And actually right now we are just not seeing any kind of volatility returning in towards the market, which I find absolutely crazy. But of course we are having our pivotal moment coming in next week. On Wednesday, July the 26th, we are about to get another FOMC meeting, and as you can be seeing on this chart, this is all of the previous times indicated a pivotal moment. And actually a very interesting thing that you can be seeing is that all of these previous times where we are seeing these red arrows, we actually created bearish momentum in towards the chart. And a very interesting thing is that previously around during these events, we basically saw rate hikes happening. So these rate hikes obviously have a bearish effect on the market, and we can perfectly see this being reflected into the Bitcoin charts. And the interesting thing is that previously around at this green arrow, we actually saw no rate hikes happening. So we can definitely say that rate hikes are bearish, indicated by these red arrows, and the no rate hikes are actually bullish, indicated by this green arrow. And right now, for the coming FOMC meeting, for the coming rate hike decision, we are seeing a 99.2% chance that we are actually going to be seeing a rate hike. So yeah, almost guaranteed we are about to see another rate hike, which probably will mean we are actually going to be seeing another red arrow being created and maybe some kind of a dump being created. Now, one thing to do keep in mind is that this rate hike will probably be the last rate hike we will ever see before the Fed will start cutting its rates again. So in the end of the day, this rate hike is kind of a bit different than all of these previous ones. We are coming to an end right here of this rate hikes that have been occurring. So it will be very interesting to see how this will exactly be playing out over the coming few days. We of course need to be holding our support levels right here, and let's see how this will be playing out with our trade. I'm still going to be holding my trade, my long position right here. I'm still going to be expecting that in the end of the day, we are going to be breaking above our neckline, above our most important weekly resistance we are currently trading on towards, because, well, the trend is still your friend. The trend on the weekly time frame is still towards the upside, and it does not look like it's about to stop anytime soon. Having a look into towards our on-chain indicators, as well as the dollar is looking absolutely bearish right here. This will be indicating more bullish price action to come for Bitcoin. So the longer term charts are still looking absolutely great in my opinion. And with that being said, be sure to be following me on Twitter to stay up to date about every single market development. Join my free Telegram channel with the link down in the description, and I'll see you in another update video tomorrow morning.